Diary, hello. It's late on the night of the Sunday, the 28th of September, and we're in Sisteron in France. And how do we get here? Well, it's been a very full day, and we started by the lake in Bourget du Lac in this Sunday morning. Now, we couldn't actually get into the the camping ground, because it was full. And it was very late last night, and we didn't even bother trying to get in. So this morning we fancied we'd go for a cycle, but we didn't think we should do anything illegal, and we thought we'd better park our van in the air if possible. Now, although that costs money, which we didn't really need to pay because we had actually slept outside of the air all night, we thought, well, let's do the right thing. So we tried to get in, and believe it or not, it was actually full. So we had to wait for someone to come out, and they did come out quite early. So we paid our money, got in the air at about sort of 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we managed to get our drumroll bicycles off the back of the van. Now, if you listen to yesterday's report, you'll know it took us about 2 hours to get the damn things on while we were in Switzerland. But getting them off this morning was pretty quick, actually. So within about 20-30 minutes, we'd taken the bicycles off, put the seats back on, because we've had to disassemble the seats to be able to fit in. And we set off on a tour of the lake. Now, the Bourget du Lac tour is over 50 kilometres in length. And sorry, I'm disoriented because the van seems to be shaking, which I'm not quite sure why. The tour is over 55 kilometres in length, and it's round the lake, but it's not at all flat, because on one side of the lake it goes up to some preposterously high mountain peak and comes all the way down again. So that kind of explains why, when we looked on the map, it said it was going to be 1,000 metres, I think, probably up and probably another 1,000 metres down, and that's because it has to go all the way up to the top of this mountain. So we weren't totally expecting all of that, and the supermarkets in France close on at 12 o'clock. And unfortunately, we just missed the supermarket. We did our level best to get to the supermarkets, and I was carrying this big rucksack all the way around, which turned out to be a total waste of time. So we got to Intermarché at about 2 minutes past 12, and yeah, we couldn't get in. Oh, it was a big disappointment. So anyway, we got back home, had a lovely long shower inside this camper van, and then we had a big lunch, and eventually we drove off. So we didn't make very much use of the air facilities. We certainly didn't sleep here last night, but we did manage to use it as a sort of parking bay in the morning, and it was a nice place to have lunch. And we did manage to dump our unclean water, etc., because they had facilities there. But they didn't have any showers or anything, so we had to have showers inside the van. Anyway, we spent the rest of the day driving. We were going to do about 300 kilometres, but we didn't manage to do that many. I think we managed to, so let's say something like 200. We've ended up in Sisteron, and we've gone through some beautiful mountain regions. I mean, really, really stunningly beautiful. We didn't really take the time to stop. I think if we'd stopped, we would have just got delayed even more, because the idea was to get down south here, and we were supposed to be doing all of that by the end of the day. We haven't even finished. So we've got to this lovely place called Sisteron. It's a very beautiful town. There's lots of shops. Obviously it's Sunday evening, so they're all closed. But anyway, it does have quite a few shops and restaurants. We managed to park our van in the centre of town, which was another testament to the fact that this is a van and not a coach-built motorhome. And it's so much easier to drive and so much easier to park. I didn't have any heart-stopping moments at all on the mountain passes today, and there were so many of them, and they were very twisty and windy, and sometimes the roads were pretty thin. Not as thin as in England and in Cornwall, but still pretty thin. Anyway, we're here. We've had a lovely dinner. We've finished up in an air in the centre of Sisteron, and you won't believe it, but it's €2 for 12 hours of stay here, and I think it's another €4 for 8 hours of electricity. So we were stunned at the price of the air, this sort of adult camping area. But then we found, believe it or not, that there's an electricity pole, and you can get jetons and pay for the electricity. So we're on mains electricity, We're not at a campsite. There's no toilets. There's no water dump facilities, but there is electricity and there is a lovely car parking area. So we feel very happy. We've packed a lot into today, and tomorrow we are on the way to Verdon, Verdon. So we'll another report from around that area. Okay, speak to you tomorrow, Monday, September 29.